All right, here we go. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another live stream. That's been like, how long? Wait, was it a week ago? 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago that I
Sounds about
streamed.
right.
Yeah.
So I said I would do it more, and there, I filled my promise. No, I'm not doing it anymore the rest of the year. I'm just kidding. Probably gonna do it again. So tonight I'm joined by Justin and Sarah, the two GMLs for the Alaskan Garrison this year. Right?
Yep.
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 Last I
And-
checked, anyway.
Yeah. So, hey, fantastic grades. So to start off with, though, we want to talk about the solo trailer because the big solo trailer dropped,
The final one.
the final one, and I mean, obviously, it's like what, I don't know, 6 weeks until it comes out,
About, yeah.
Something like
About
that. Yep.
something like that.
Yeah, well, month.
So 6 weeks till solo goes. So, are you excited about it?
Oh, I mean, yes and no.
Okay.
I don't really like. I think the story's gonna be good. Okay. Not a big fan of who they got to play Han or Lando. I feel like those are just like such iconic characters. You can't recast them.
Well,
So I mean,
okay.
I'm going in there with really low expectations. That way it's either gonna blow it out of the water, or I'm not gonna be disappointed.
True.
Kind of like with Rogue One. Didn't really go in there with high expectations, and it's one of my favorite Star Wars movies to date. So
That's, yeah, it's very high up there on my ranking too, as far as Rogue One goes. Solo, I don't know. Anyway, what's your thoughts on Solo?
I'm super excited.
Super excited?
Yes. I mean, I don't know what to expect, really. I don't know if I'm going to be disappointed or not. But either way, I'm excited.
Okay.
I think it looks cool.
It yeah.
I'm not going in there with high expectations. I'm just going to go. I'm going to enjoy it either way.
Okay.
I might be blown away like I was by Rogue One. Maybe not. So we'll see.
Yeah, could be. I think, I don't know. I'm more with Justin on the camp of I'm just keeping my expectations super low,
Mhm.
and then if it's good at all, I'll be happy.
Exactly.
But so far it looks like, I mean, basically it's a heist movie. It's like an old Western train
That's what it
heist
looks
movie
like, yeah.
where they tell you Chewbacca's gonna die because he's sliding off the side of the train. Except for they forgot we've watched a whole bunch of movies with Chewbacca that all took place after this one, so I'm not really sure what they were thinking there. But anyway, yeah, whatever. Anyway, so I'm gonna go see it in the theater. You're gonna go see it in the
Oh,
theater?
absolutely.
You gonna go?
oh yeah,
Okay.
of course. Star Wars, you gotta go see it open night.
Exactly.
Right. You'll see it at least once in the theater, and I'm gonna go see it once, and then if I go see it again, that means it was probably pretty decent. So I don't know. What do you think about the new bad guy? I assume he's the bad guy. He's got a mask on. That
I
usually
guess
means
that usually indicates bad guy.
like a bad guy of some sort.
I haven't seen enough to really have an opinion at all.
He looks like a villain from a video game called Destiny.
That's sick. Yeah, I
He
can
looks
see
like
that.
a bad guy. That's all I know so far.
He looks like a bad guy.
So
The question is, will he have heavy asthmatic breathing or a garbled voice? Because that really like sets the bad guys in
It's
there.
true.
They got a garbled voice with the helmet on, then you know they're bad
Mhm.
all the way until, yeah. Anyway, so
Hopefully, he just lasts longer than 10 minutes before they kill him off.
yeah. And if he takes that helmet off and has like 4-foot long wavy locks of hair, then
Yeah, I'm walking out of the theater.
it's over. I'll be done. Yeah. So anyway, I had my expectations fairly low for Rogue One. Of course, once they hinted that Vader was going to be in it, my expectations went up considerably. At that point, basically, they could have done almost anything, and if Vader was on the screen, I would have probably been happy. And
This is true.
I was really thrilled with the last 5 minutes of that movie.
I was hyperventilating in that part.
It's the best. It was the best. I love that scene. Was awesome.
I think you might be a little bit biased.
I am probably just a little bit biased.
Little
but
bit.
hey,
biased.
I just can't blame me for
Nothing
picking
wrong
the
with
most
that.
awesome bad guy in the world
Boba Fett?
in history. No. He's like the
Oh, Dengar.
yes, Dengar. That's it exactly. So so anyway, Dakota asked if you have a favorite blaster look in the Star Wars universe. I
That
don't
is a
like
very good
blasters. I like
question.
lightsabers. So, but
I'm very partial to sabers, most definitely. I don't.
So I guess since I'm the resident trooper,
Yeah, I guess this question
Um,
goes to you. What's your favorite blaster?
okay. I got a few. DLT 20 because of the sniper function. I do like the sniper. Uh, for pistols, gotta go with the. I'm gonna go with the 44. DL 44.
Okay.
Han Solo's reliable.
It's the
Um,
44 is cool. I honestly, I kind of liked Ray's blaster in The Force Awakens.
mm,
Apparently, it has some
it
kick to it.
yeah, looks too weird for me.
It looks too weird.
Yeah.
It looks like a laser gun. What do you want?
It looks weird.
It looks weird. All right.
It's like with
It is a little
it's
clunky
like
looking
you
than
got
the others.
this, and then it has like a like the.
Well, yeah,
it,
that's
like,
because
juts off of
they built a real prop,
an
and the way they used
angle.
to build real props is grab
It
kitchen
doesn't-
sink parts and just screw them together, and voila, you have Obi-Wan's lightsaber.
Yeah, but it just doesn't look practical.
Oh, all
It's
right.
weird to fire.
All right. Yeah, I mean, personally, I'm partial to sabers, and it gets asked all the time. I don't know why, but I like Vader's lightsaber. I think it looks the coolest. I
Somebody
think
wants
it's
to know
the
how
best.
tall I am. You don't want to know.
Look at her. She's almost as tall as me.
Because you're sitting below me. Barefoot, I'm probably like 5'3", maybe.
5'3"?
Mm-hmm. In costume, probably maybe 5'6", because I have like 3-inch lifts, and then my
Are you
helmet-
really using 3-inch lifts?
3-inch lifts. That's why it
Dear
hurts so bad
Lord.
to walk.
I thought you were using 2-inch lifts, but
That's
oh,
what I was using before, and then I
gosh.
finally stretched out my boots enough to put the full 3-inch lifts in there, and I'm
wow.
still mini.
So you're how high in costume? You think 5'6",
I've never actually
5'7"?
measured myself, but probably about 5'7", because 3-inch lifts. There's a little bit of the heel on the boot, and then of course hood and helmet and all that. So yeah, probably 5'7" is a good estimate. Because I'm still well below everybody else.
So I'm like,
So,
I'm almost a foot and a half taller than costume.
in pictures, I come up to just about your shoulder.
That's crazy. Oh my god. Anyway. Yeah. I'm more than a foot taller than her not in costume, so have you ever thought about padding your helmet up? I know you wouldn't be
Actually,
able to see out at all, but
I'll just rig up a camera system in there.
yeah. I have seen a Vader on, I think you saw him on YouTube, and he sets his like chest armor's padded up like 3 inches, and then his helmet's padded up 3 inches, and he looks through the bottom vent in the helmet. It's the only thing he can see through because that's where his eyes are.
Huh.
And I was like, no, it's just not.
No,
Huh.
thank you.
At that point, it's not worth it.
When you're as short as me, it might be worth it.
You get an extra like 4 or 5 inches out of it. So, um, anyway, Lord Vicus has a question. Now that his Revan's almost done, does it fully meet the CRL, or can it be close to be approved by the 501st? Well, it will get approved if it fully meets the CRL, but in the case of most costumes, there's like a level 1, level 2, level 3 listed. You only have to worry about level 1. The basic approval is all you have to think about, and if you can meet all the requirements of basic approval, then you're good. The level 2, level 3 is essentially just bragging rights and people with slight neuroses about being OCD about every single little detail, like me. And like Brian, uh, we just sit up at night thinking about every possible little detail. And if you think I'm lying, you should see the text conversation we had last night about a less than an 1/8 inch gap over something that nobody else will ever see. So, anyway,
Very good on the Revan though. Revan is a great choice.
yeah, you did Revan, right?
Yes, that was my actually my first 501st costume.
Are you gonna go back?
I want to.
You want to?
I want to.
Is it a comfortable costume?
It's very comfortable, very breathable.
See, I think we're in the
Lightweight.
wrong.
You can sit
Apparently.
down, which a lot of
See, I can
costumes
sit. You can
can't.
sit.
Oh, I can sit comfortable. I can lay on the floor if I wanted to.
A lot of costumes with armor can't sit down.
True.
So
Usually it has to do with the cod piece or the butt plate that is hard plastic or fiberglass, and it makes it hard to sit down. Yeah,
and you get to wield 2 sabers. So
true. 2 single-bladed lightsabers,
2
right?
single-bladed lightsabers.
Yes.
And Revan's just an awesome character in general. So he's my number one favorite Star Wars character.
So because Revan's a Legends character, I just how many times did you get recognized and called by name? Like, do you think? In comparison to when you were wearing Kylo. Of course, Kylo gets called Darth Vader anyway, so it doesn't really
I
matter.
mean, I
but-
always got called Kylo Ren when I was Revan.
Really?
So, yes.
Oh well, that's good. That's something.
Even after I
anyway.
got rid of Revan, I sold Revan to someone else in the 501st down in Idaho where I was. And even with my Kylo Ren standing next to Revan, it was always Kylo Ren and other Kylo Ren.
Well, that happened
It's the same
in the
exact
park
story,
where
yeah,
it's
it's
like,
Darth
hey, it's Darth
Vader
Vader and littler Darth Vader. It was like, really? Really?
Of
We look that
course.
much alike. Wow. Okay. All right.
Of course, it's normally those people that are, let's go take a picture with the Star Wars.
Yes, that's true. All the Star Wars.
Look,
the
it's
Star
the
Wars.
Star Wars.
Jacoda wants to know, are there any approved Darth Malgus? Yes, there is. I think there's 2. But the Cyril is hard to find and hard to come by. Anyway, you got to be like buff and jacked to wear that costume, or you have to do a ton of padding because that dude was big.
Definitely hit the gym while on Korriban, that's for sure.
Right? Arms are like that big around. They're huge. Michelle says she's 5'1", Sarah, and did Vader for Halloween one year and had to wear boots with heels.
if that wasn't an approval issue, I would go the platform boot route and just make
Just
extra long
stack 'em
robes.
up.
I've seen people do that, but you can't get
have
away with
to.
that.
As soon as you step outside the robes,
It's
it's
all of a
like,
sudden you
wait,
got these
what?
crazy boots. No.
Yeah. Anyway, Revenant, Idaho. Oh, that Chakotay guy's in Idaho. TIE pilots, Meg Tooth. Yeah. Yes, that's the other. Basically, anybody in all black with a helmet on of any sort gets called Darth Vader. Because clearly everything is about Darth Vader. Which is why
that is acceptable.
That's not what Star Wars is about.
it's totally about Darth Vader. Even in the last movie, it was all about Vader. Snoke was talking about Vader all the time.
It's true.
I wasn't sorry.
No, I mean, I'm okay with it.
I was kind of surprised. I was like, dude, Darth Vader's been dead for 30 years. And he's still got clout. That's on the Sith Lord detachment. And he does Kylo. He does a really good Kylo. And if you haven't seen his latest Kylo saber that he did with a teensy saber, which is like a little tiny computer Arduino type board, it's oh my god, it's amazing. Because basically it's the board that allows you to like have moving stuff going down the blade, because he did NeoPixel blades. And it's just a thing of beauty. Now, sorry, he's in North Carolina.
by the way.
Sorry, I don't know why. This whole time I thought you were in Florida. Anyway, but it's awesome. It also, Tom, how long did it take you to learn to program that board? Because I know you spent a lot of time figuring out how to program that board. Anyway, but the end result was totally worth it, because his saber is like,
I need to see that.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. So if you go on his, I think, he's got links on his, or videos on his YouTube channel of all that. 6 months. Took him 6 months.
Look at
And
that.
this is why I haven't tried a teensy saber, NeoPixel saber yet. I just can't spend 6 months learning how to program it yet. Maybe this winter when everything freezes and dies.
That's a good time.
And we'll do Sarah's NeoPixel saber.
I mean, that'll happen in what, like 4 months from now anyway?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It's winter's almost over, so we got the timer ticking to about 4 months to when it starts again. Yeah. So yeah, he's also got a Graflex working with NeoPixel, which looks pretty awesome. He asked when things get slow in Alaska. When do things get slow in Alaska? January? I can't say they did, because this year in January, for some reason, I decided to go to a glacier a bunch, and it was cold every time.
It totally depends on what you do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Most typically, yeah, it slows down in January, but
Yeah,
depends.
like once the holidays are over,
Once the
like
holidays
January,
end, everybody just kind of
February are kind
lags.
of
January, yeah.
everybody's depressed. It's dark.
It's that
It's
dead period
super
between the
cold.
holidays and spring. There's just nothing in that period.
Pretty much,
It's gross.
yeah, it is gross. Except there's one day a month where we go to, well, 2 days a month where we go to the hospitals, and
There's
those
yes.
days are good. But the rest of the days are
Otherwise,
like,
it's
oh,
cold and
it's so
dark.
cold and dark. Ugh. uh, Aaron Coates asks how far we were from the earthquake. I'm assuming you mean the big earthquake that was like the 8.0, which was a few months ago.
Yes.
We're like a couple hundred miles north,
Yeah.
so it was a ways. I mean, it was a ways from anything
It was way out
civilized.
there. Yeah.
It was fun getting the earthquake alert on my phone, and then 10 seconds later going, okay, because we felt it. We definitely felt it. But then getting ready to go back to sleep, and then getting a tsunami warning saying,
That
get to high
spooked me because
ground
I'd never heard this
immediately.
tsunami warning before. Also, my
Right?
phone's making this noise. Like, what
I
happened?
was like, oh, and then, I'm like thinking, okay, so it's 1:30 in the morning. Do I go dig my kids out of bed and we get in the car and like just start heading for the mountains? Or, I mean, it was. And then, of course, what do I do with my Vader suit? Like, it's got to come because,
Priorities.
I mean, computers, all that stuff, cameras, whatever, man, that stuff can be replaced. But the costume's coming with me. Family costume, we're good. We're out of here. No, so I think I made a quick calculation about how high my my house is above sea level, which is not very high, but I was pretty sure it was high enough to avoid any tsunamis. So, and then after
I
staying awake for an hour and a half or something like that,
I
I
just went back
saw
to
it was they
sleep.
were like, yeah, don't worry about it. But a few places they did have to evacuate and get to higher ground, like way down on the coastline, hundreds of miles from here that were closer.
Up here in town, there was zero risk here.
Yeah. So let's see. Megtooth asks, how long are the nights? So in the winter, our longest night, well, our shortest day is like 4 hours and 20 minutes of daylight. So the rest of
Yeah.
that is night, 19 hours and 40 minutes ish.
Yeah.
That's December 21st. And pretty much like the month up to that and like 4 months after that feels like it's about that dark. And then there's this weird time that happened a couple weeks ago when all of a sudden you realize it's not dark anymore, it's light, and then it's just light, which is where we are
We're
now.
progressing to the other end of the spectrum, and now it's not going to get dark.
Yeah, because like right now we're gaining 5 minutes of daylight a day, something like that.
Yeah.
It's really fast. So,
It's
and
a
all my
struggle.
friends in Australia are losing minutes of daylight a day, and probably thanking God that it's going to cool down because it gets hot down there.
Oh, I bet.
Trying to figure out how you guys are so far south and then just so hot. I don't know how that works. Anyway,
There was one that I did want to answer.
yes.
Gotta get closer. Can't see the name. On the spot interviews asked Sarah, "Are you considering making a Last Jedi Kylo?" I already know the answer to this.
Dun, dun,
That's why I wanted to ask it.
Well, no, I mean, I sort of thought about it, but no, I am not doing that.
You'd want to make a 58-piece leather cape.
And a quilted tunic and all that great stuff.
Oh, the quilted tunic. Oh, it feels so hot just thinking about it. I
Pin
just
tucks and leather.
feel the heat.
No, I love the outfit, but it's not something I could pull. I like doing the Force Awakens Kylo. I think I can pull that off, but the Last Jedi, it just wouldn't look right on me. I mean, I could do it, but
Yeah, you could.
I could.
You could
but,
go without the cape and just do the wig and the black tape scar,
yeah,
or
I could do
the
that.
scar.
Or I'm going the Hux route instead. So I can
Yeah,
use
how much
this.
longer is that going to be?
I'm in contact with the vendor right now, so it should be within the next few months. I'm hoping. It's
Awesome.
gonna look so good.
Are you doing like the long overcoat and everything?
Great
Oh,
coat, the whole.
sweet.
Oh
That's
yeah.
gonna be awesome.
I am making the Last Jedi Kylo. So
Yes, you are.
prepare for all of the shenanigans.
I should make a Luke Skywalker just to mess with you.
Do it. It'd be fun.
Good. I know somebody who makes awesome Luke Skywalker robes, but no, I'm working on other things first, like lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of Wookiee hair someday. Though. Darth 200 wants to know what's my favorite character of Star Wars.
I already said my favorite character. My favorite
No, what's
character is
my
Revan.
favorite character?
Well, why'd you look at me?
So I'm wondering if you know.
Oh,
Yeah, Boba Fett, remember?
I thought it was Dengar.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's
Dengar.
definitely Forlom.
Yeah, somebody tried to get me to buy a Forlom helmet one time. I was like, no.
All of the hard pass.
You get the little, yeah, totally. Just a hard pass. You get like 4 little pinholes on the end of that thing to look through. And it sounds great. Like, take a hot, uncomfortable costume and then make it so you can't breathe. Right?
Yeah,
Is that
why not?
even better?
Sounds like Star Wars,
Yeah,
actually.
sounds like Star Wars. Costume designers on Star Wars are like just psychopathic,
Mm-hmm.
horrible people
They're
who
sadistic.
Jakota wants to know who who our favorite Star Trek character is.
How about we kick them out of the chat?
Yeah, we don't talk about Star Trek here. This is strictly Star Wars.
Leave that inferior brand at home.
Those are fighting
Zing.
words. Dang. Uh, let's see. In Texas,
Oh, they actually
it
removed
was
him. Oh.
40.
Oh.
He just timed him out.
Okay, say, whoa. That got
In
hostile.
Texas, it was 40 degrees 2 days ago. Way too cold. Are you kidding me? 40 degrees is like the best trooping
We're
weather.
starting to get to 40 and it's feeling
It's
glorious.
so well, yeah, it feels so nice and warm, but like,
But that's the perfect trooping temperature.
oh, it's so nice.
It's not freezing, but you're comfortable.
You,
It's
you
just
don't
right.
get cold.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get hot. I mean, not like you really ever get cold.
Well,
We didn't try it at like 20
But-
below or anything,
Oh,
but
yeah, let's not do that. No.
it's
But
face
I
it.
get people like me get cold very easily. So that's the perfect
That's true.
temperature.
You did get cold at the fair, and that was weird.
Oh, I was so cold.
It was. That's the one and only time
I'm wearing 16
we all wanted to
layers
kind
of
of keep our costumes on because I think it was mostly just the wind. It was so
It was
windy.
damp and windy. Yeah.
It was yeah. And I had a crazy headache the next day. Like that wind must have been blowing something
Mm-hmm.
around
It was
because
nasty.
it was horrible. Let's see. Lord Vicus is wondering why he hadn't seen an HK-47 droid with the droid building groups. I can't even think of what the HK-47 droid looks like.
I love
It sounds
HK.
familiar, but I
It's
don't
from
know what it's
the
Isn't
the
that
Old
the-
Republic.
The video game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Calls all the humans meatbags.
like.
That's right.
One of my favorite
Yeah.
droids ever. Think K2SO, but a lot more violent.
Yikes.
Yeah, a lot more violent. Not as
So cool.
not as
I
big.
love HK.
Yeah, that would probably be a hard one for a droid builder to do. Like it'd be more like a in-person costume character. But
Mhm.
droids are really hard to do that with because usually they have like little tiny pipes for arms and
Yeah.
you can't really duplicate that with a person inside. And even the people that do K2SO are like standing behind basically and being puppeteers.
Mhm.
And somebody did a Grievous that was pretty decent because they had like the cape
They
over
like
them.
hidden inside the cape, but
Yeah.
still it was a puppet.
But yeah, it was just yeah.
Looked amazing, but yeah.
Hunter wants to know how I make my Darth Vader costume. A lot of time, a lot of time, a lot of waiting, and a good chunk of money. And yeah, that's basically how you make a Darth Vader costume. That's pretty much how you make any costume.
Yeah.
It's
it
the
is.
money. The money part goes
It can
way down
fluctuate.
and way up.
Yeah.
The time never seems to
Time
change.
and dedication.
Like,
That's always yeah.
it's like you want to make a costume? Great. Set aside 2 or 3 years of your life because that's what it's going to take.
Yep.
I mean, people do it in a lot less, and some are really easy to do in less. Like stormtroopers are pretty easy to do fairly quickly, and some of they're more readily available. But yeah, most other costumes, and especially a costume like Kylo, where you're going to sew 10 billion pleats together, then it takes
And it
a
depends
while.
on how dedicated you are too, because I cranked mine out in just a couple of months.
You cranked
So
yours out really fast.
it can be done
actually.
quickly, but that's also
That was
because pieces are so
ridiculous.
readily available right now.
Right.
So I
But
could-
then from the time you started your costume and then you met us and then you made yours and then you made yours again and then you made yours again and then did you make it one more time?
I think I at least redid a piece again. Yes.
Right.
So
So what's that timeline like to get to where you are now from when you very first?
oh my. Well, the first initial took about 2 months. or
Okay.
Probably about in each one after that was about a month's worth of. The remaking after that was pretty quick. The initial one was 2
Took a
months. though.
while. Yeah. Okay. Hey, Jonah's on the thread. I was going to say a fellow Australian, but that doesn't really work. a fellow end of the worlder, like one of the world, the other end of the world. Yeah, something
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. That's yeah. Is it cooling off yet, Jonah? That's my big question. You losing daylight yet? Because we're gaining daylight, so I know the sun's on our side of the world now. But yeah, I'm curious. Yeah. Uh, Darth 200 wants to know if we like the Han Solo movie trailer. Yeah, sure, why not? I liked it.
I like
I think
it.
it's kind of stupid of them to tease Chewbacca falling off a train or almost dying or almost getting hit by a big rock or something like that, because we sort of know how that worked out.
Yeah, like it was.
It's a different Chewbacca. Taken at least 4 of them.
That's true. Well, he's 190. So, yeah, he's probably gone through a few by that time. Oh, jeez. Nicholas is looking to getting a NeoPixel install and was curious if you know you'll be doing commissions in the near future. Maybe. Right. I did just finish up a very late commission today and mailed it out. And I've got two more in the works. So I'm trying to finish up, and then I'll probably take a break for the summer because summer gets busy, and then maybe pick up again in the fall, like August, September time ish, somewhere in there. Is kind of my thought, maybe, depending on what's going on. So, and depends on the saber too. Some NeoPixel sabers are fairly straightforward, easy to do. They're all expensive because the parts are expensive, but the single blade sabers are fairly easy to do. Like doing a double bladed NeoPixel lightsaber or a Kylo NeoPixel lightsaber is Kylos are complicated anyway. Just there's a lot more wiring in a Kylo.
Yeah.
But yeah, doing a NeoPixel version is more complicated and would take more time. And yeah, so anyway. Yeah. Arturo says, would you ever cosplay as a good guy? If so, who? Wait, are you asking me? Okay, so you go first. You already have cosplayed as a good guy.
I have.
And you froze to death.
I was a Jedi. It was
Nearly.
very cold.
His first troop with us was as a Jedi in February,
March.
and it was a cold March
It was
day.
very, very cold. Also, lady boots and lady pants are not comfortable to wear. No, if I was gonna cosplay another good guy, it would probably be. I don't know. It is Dash Rendar. I kind of want to cosplay as Dash.
Yeah,
He doesn't get as much love as he should. Shadows of the Empire was great.
yeah,
And
that could be good. Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be good. How about you?
It's actually what I do want to do someday is Ahsoka.
Ahsoka? Oh,
Mhm.
that would be so cool.
That's
Then
ways
we
down the
could
road,
do
but I would
we
love to
could
do
do
that.
Vader and Ahsoka. It would be it would be awesome.
Someday.
So I do plan to cosplay as a good guy. I'm going to do a Chewbacca costume in several years, probably, because and that I will be wearing big, thick soles for, because I want to hit at least 7'2" or maybe 7'3" if I can do that. I want to have to duck through every doorway that I walk through because yes, and I also want to be able to see over everybody in the crowd without having to tiptoe or anything. I just want to be able to look around and see what the heads of everybody. So, yeah, so that's my good guy. And someday maybe another costume that I've not yet told anybody about. Well, told a few people, none of you. So, yes. Yeah, Nicholas, you could hit me up in the fall, see what's happening, and we'll go from there. Somebody wants to know, on the spot wants to know how long you've been in the Legion, and on the spot is representing the Canadian garrison. That's where somewhere in Canada. So he's got longer days too, probably warmer. Not the garrison, the Legion. How long have you been in the Legion?
How long have I been in the Legion, Jake?
I don't know.
I'll say 2016.
Okay.
May 2016.
2016 or was it 2017?
That was
16.
last year. He was here last year. He was already approved.
Oh.
Had to have been before that.
It was 16.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So I think, yeah.
May of 2016.
May of 2016.
2 years? Almost 2 years.
How long have I been in the Legion? Longer than that?
I don't know. I've only known you for a year.
I guess. Wow. Okay. Yeah. So longer than that. 3 years. I think I've been 3 years. I think I got approved in November of 2015. So. Jonah says it'll take several years to attach all the hair for Chewie. Yes. I figure it'll take at least a year, especially at the pace I'll probably be doing it, which will be like run out, hook latch, 4 or 5 strands, and then that'll be it. Be a long, slow process.
Be worth it though.
Totally worth it, and I can't wait. It's gonna be so awesome. So part of the reason I want to do a Chewbacca is because Vader's like stoic and standoffish and imposing, and apparently not super scary to most kids. But anyway, the character is not like, you can't do a lot of really crazy goofball sort of things in a Vader costume. Partly because it's not his character, and then partly because it's really hard to do anything in the costume. And so doing a Chewie will be just 100% the opposite. It'll be totally huggable, totally goofball, just have a blast. So that's why, yeah, partly why I'm doing it. And it's lightweight and breathable, and I'll be able to sit down or lay down. Yes, that will be fun. No lenses either. I'll be able to see with my own eyeballs. That'll be amazing.
Wow.
So, Arturo asks, which Vader sounds do I prefer? Arte's growlier noises or ESB? I like ESB personally. Rogue One's growlier noises. Yeah, personally, I like ESB. I do really like the ignition sound of the saber in Rogue One, though. It does have that just menacing sort of growl, which definitely hit the spot on that one. But yeah. So
It is pretty epic.
it's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. Yeah. Yeah, Jonah. Oh, I got approved 6 months before Jonah. Studio 49. He's 2.5, so I must be 3. It's got to be it. Wow. Neil wants to know if I'd ever do the Vader death scene. You mean like helmetless? No. Nope.
Crazy.
No. I'm not going to shave my head. I'm not going to wear a bald cap. And I see just no point in wearing 98% of the Vader costume, but losing 2% of the coolest parts of the Vader costume, which is the helmet, in my opinion. So I would never do that.
Besides, where are you going to find someone whiny enough to be Luke?
Right? Right? That's the problem. There's nobody up here whiny enough to be Luke.
Yeah, true.
Find some really, really, really whiny brat kid to be Luke. That would work. So, but the reveal would be a Rebel Legion costume. Jonah, I should have known you were going to cause problems.
I mean, they're not wrong.
Well, technically, yes, except for the Rebel Legion's like, no. So, anyway. Neil says no, the helmet's like 90%. Yeah, you're probably right there. It's 90% of the coolness factor. So, it's probably like, I don't know, 15% of the actual costume. Let's see. Arturo asks, what Chewie would I be doing? Any film specifically? Yeah, so Chewie does have differences between every film. They're smaller for the most part. Well, until you get to Solo and the new movies, they're quite a bit different. But I'm gonna do ESB Chewie because I like ESB is my favorite movie, and yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. So I got to make the big bandolier, and then find a bowcaster, and
You should do the version where you have 3PO on your back. Do like Adam Savage.
make an animatronic
Yep.
3PO running around my back. Except that's adding weight. I'm trying to avoid adding weight.
Oh, you can make it lightweight. 3D print it.
Yeah. No.
It'd be cool.
No.
Guys, we got to get Jake to do this. Come on.
No.
Come on. We need your
No.
support.
Oh, just makes me sounds heavy. Just thinking about it. Even 3D printed, it sounds heavy. So, yeah. So he's been doing this about 2 years. I've been doing this about 3 years. You've been doing this 2-ish, 2.5-ish.
Yeah, about 2.5. No, gosh, no. My 1 year was last August.
So almost 2.
Yeah, almost 2.
Okay, almost 2. Not bad. Not bad. Rune Stone wants to know, how long are we going to be live? I plan to be live until, I don't know, 90s, 100 maybe. Or, I mean, they say everybody's going to live to be 100 something by now. I find that hard to believe with all the, yeah, never mind. Uh, with the fast food that's around nowadays, I just find it really hard to believe that very many people are going to live to be 100, frankly. Anyway, yeah, so I doubt I'll be doing Vader when I'm 100. At that point, I'm going to do the Force Ghost. Just gonna like get some glowing blue clothes and call it good.
I'd like to see.
Why not? Work with what you got. I'll do a Force Ghost if we want at that point. Oh my gosh. We're gonna be live for, what time is it? A few more minutes, like probably 4 more minutes or something like that. So anyway. Palpatine. I'm too tall to be Palpatine.
Just hunch
Palpatine's
over
like
really
5'6". Oh, that'd be so hard. Well, that's true. By the time I'm 100, I might be less than 6'4". So maybe, unless I'm still 6'4", then I could do Snoke. Probably wouldn't even need makeup at that point. You just
That'd be
like,
terrifying.
right?
It'd be very
It'd
terrifying.
be disgusting. Yeah, no. Arturo wants to know if you use a voice changer or if you're a silent Kylo.
I'm still working on being vocal, but yes, I do use a voice changer.
Yeah, and it sounds really good.
It sounds terrible inside my helmet, so I'm always worried to talk, but it sounds good on the outside. So I'm
Yeah.
trying to get more comfortable with speaking more. Because I always feel like I sound like a girl when I talk, so it still weirds me out to talk.
Right, but on the outside you sound.
But the voice changer, yeah,
You
it's
sound really
good,
like
so.
Kylo. I kind of. It ticks me off that Kylo's voice is easier to imitate than Vader's voice, because so many of us sound like James Earl Jones. She never talks. Words. Shots fired. He's not very far from here. He could come over here in about 5 minutes or less.
I'm kidding.
K-Cent wants to know, what do I use for my Vader helmet? It's Dunlop 465 guitar polish. It is the best. It works wonderfully well. It really, really, really great. And once you've used it, like, I don't know, a dozen times or so on the helmet, like you end up having to use it less and less, because it puts this tiny little micro coating on everything that it really does a really good job. So anyway, Dunlop 465 guitar polish, I think, is what it's called. Yeah, so to all three of you, have you ever passed out or become really heat exhausted on a summer day troop?
Yes, actually.
Look at
You did?
Well, I almost passed out.
Almost passed out. Okay.
Um,
Yeah, we all look at Justin. Why did we all?
the snow trooper is.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
oh.
yeah. Layers of fleece.
Like anyone who wears a snow trooper, you guys are the real MVPs. You guys don't understand just how
it's so hot. I feel so sorry for you sometimes.
no ventilation in the helmet whatsoever. So yes, the teddy bear picnic last year was definitely a struggle.
That was, I think the teddy bear picnic last year was the just most hot, uncomfortable
It was pretty hot.
troop.
I was actually pretty okay.
You were?
But
I mean,
me.
yeah.
As long as I stayed out of the sun. As soon as I got into the sun, I started cooking.
Yeah, and that was the thing. Like,
but I have airflow on mine, so I actually wasn't doing too bad.
Yeah, thank God
I didn't have anything.
Oh, thank God I had fans, because I would have died.
I think my fans died halfway through.
Can you imagine if snowtroopers were black? No fans, just covered in black, vinyl and fleece.
There is actually somebody, I saw it on Google Images. They called it like think they called it like an ash trooper or something. It was like matte black. It looked so cool.
What?
I wish it was canon and there was a CRL for it
Oh,
because it just looked amazing. But it would
yeah.
have they probably could have used a more breathable fabric for the duster though.
Yes, but then again, why? Because costume designers apparently hate everybody.
Yes,
They hate
they do.
everybody.
They do.
I swear they sit there and just think of ways to make people miserable. Um, I mean, not true, but it feels like it. Uh, yeah, so I know that true. And hot for Alaska, it was like, I don't know, 83 degrees or something.
If that might have been the peak.
Yeah.
It barely got that hot the entire summer, but yeah.
But you have to understand, we think 40 degrees is warm. Like 40 degrees outside, like today, we're all walking around in shorts and t-shirts because it's like, woohoo, it's
I've
almost
seen lots
summertime.
of shorts and t-shirts today. Yeah.
So 80 degrees up here is like hot. And then not only that, but it was a full sunny day. So the sun, which by the way, in the summer doesn't really move, it just sort of circles around. It goes behind some mountains for a little bit, but
There was no shade.
there's
Nothing.
no shade. There was no breeze. As soon as we stopped anywhere, I just feel the wool, and I could smell that smell of hot wool, and everything was, and my helmet would start getting hot, and I could, oh man, it was hot. I don't know how people troop in the lower 48 on like parades in full sun and just, Lord Almighty, I just went, oh man, there's no way. I would die.
Yeah, there's no way I could wear the snow trooper.
I don't know how they
down
do
there.
it.
Nope.
I see people like Southern California. I see in Georgia, it's like where it's hot and humid at the same time. Like,
That
oh
wouldn't be
my
able to, I could not do that.
gosh, yeah.
No,
It's a heck of a weight loss
don't
plan.
even want to think about it. That's too much.
Yeah. Atheist God says he'd love to see us do a troop during the summer where it can be 90 to 100. I mean, there are people that do it, not us, but there are people that do it. And yeah, dear Lord. No.
Hard pass.
Yeah. Because nobody will know, and I'll be happy. At least I can maybe keep up with the sweat rate, but I don't know. Yeah. Lord Vicus is in Tennessee. Oh yeah, that's gonna be warm. Good luck. So on the spot wants to know, the three of us, have we met any Star Wars celebrities through conventions? Because Alaska is such a hot spot destination for conventions. Let me tell you.
Oh yeah, I think the closest we've gotten to a Star Wars celebrity was, what was his name, Steve Bloom last year, and he was just did a voice for Rebels,
The
which
voice
is
for
cool.
the
But
voice for
that's as good as we get
Zeb.
here.
Yeah,
That's our top tier celebrity. That's what we get.
That's how that works, pretty much. Now the crazy thing is, like, celebrities are in Alaska a lot. They come here to vacation and they're here all the time. But that's
They just keep it on the down low, and most of us don't know it until they're already gone.
right. And it was like, oh, dang. Well, okay. We got to hang out, and I mean, he's not a Star Wars celebrity per se, but the one man Star Wars show guy,
that's true.
he was really cool, really nice guy.
He was awesome.
And dear
Did
Lord,
get to meet Peter Mayhew at Rose City.
Good for you.
Once.
Nice.
I locked up. I locked up so bad.
How tall is he? I know he's less
he didn't
tall
stand
now,
up.
but
But
okay, I was gonna say, did you go just like
he was? He's a big guy. He's like his hands are about like that.
My goodness.
His hands are massive.
Yeah, he's a big guy. I mean, he's big. Period.
He's so nice.
So
I just locked up so bad. Like I got up there, handed him what I was like shaking. I handed him what I wanted. Hi.
Oh my gosh. I would love to hold his hand just to see my whole hand disappear into somebody else's hand.
Oh,
feel like a little kid again, like, oh my gosh, my whole hand just vanished.
It was crazy.
So Megatooth Sith, who troops as Kylo in North Carolina, says that it takes him a week to try his costume out.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
I don't doubt it either. And there's no way you can get around it, especially Kylo, because it's got to be so tight. Everything's got to be just like
tight. Yep.
Form-fitting, just so okay, one more question, and then we're gonna call it a night.
I completely agree on the spot. Yeah.
Peter Mayhew would make 6'4". Yeah, yeah. Been around a few people who are 7 foot plus, and it's a weird feeling when you're used to being pretty much the tallest person anywhere, and then there's this odd thing that happens, like you feel short, which is an odd feeling for me. Before I even see that there's a really tall person around me, like I just noticed that all of a sudden I don't feel tall anymore. It's so weird. And then I turn around and see some 7'4" guy, just duck through the doorway to come stand behind me or something like that. And I had a friend, and her husband was 7'6", and he literally was like 5.5 feet of legs. But it was so bizarre to have to watch somebody duck through doorways, literally like bend over and walk through a doorway and then stand back up. That just was bizarre. I'm glad I'm not that tall, because that would suck. Neil's got a children's hospital fundraiser tomorrow, supposed to be 80. Good luck. Have fun. Hope it goes well. Let's see. Arturo says, if you go into Comic-Con as Vader, what do you recommend bringing with you? Bring lots of water and Gatorade in your case for every time you take breaks, and you should set something on your person that buzzes or lets you know when 45 minutes to an hour has gone by, so you can go take a break and get some water. That for sure. Cammy Craft wants to know if there were any other character you would cosplay other than Vader. Who would it be? Oh, so I'm gonna do a Chewbacca soon. Yeah. Let's see. On the spot, Megtooth. All right. Oh, is Megtooth doing a Last Jedi costume? Kylo costume? Oh, you can answer that. So 7'6". That's helping territory. Yeah, it's really tall. It's really, really, really tall. It's so tall. It's just anyway. Megtooth just Sabers is not going to do the Last Jedi Kylo costume. Yeah. That cape though.
It looks nice. I just don't want to build one.
It does look nice. It's very complicated. Quite complicated. So, all right. Okay, one more question. Cammy Cap wants to know, what's your favorite Star Wars movie? Sarah.
Force Awakens.
Force Awakens?
Empire Strikes Back.
Empire Strikes Back. Yes.
That's my second, definitely.
That's your second?
Definitely.
Okay. I think Empire Strikes Back is my first. Return of the Jedi and Rogue One are tied for second. Return of the Jedi probably leans in the lead by just a hair, and it's really Rogue One only because of the last 5 minutes of the movie. That's the only reason that I rate that movie so high. I mean, the movie is fine. It's just the 5 minutes,
That
the
made
end,
it.
that
Yes.
just put it on a whole nother level of awesome for me. Jonah, if you talk about the holiday special again, so help me. I will
Permaban.
fly to Australia and deal with you myself. Perfect. That's what needs to happen.
Oh no.
On the spot says ESP, ROTS, and RTJ are your top three. ROTS. I don't like ROTS. There's some things that bug the crap out of me. So anyway, yeah, I don't like Vader.
Say whitey Anakin.
I hate
And then his symmetrical suit.
This is symmetrical suit. Just it's so
The
ugly.
one thing nobody else notices.
I know. It's just like for all the problems they have with the Rogue One Vader suit, it still was 100 years better, in my opinion, than the Revenge of the Sith. That's true. There are a lot of good memes in Revenge of the Sith.
That is a gold mine.
Be quiet, Siri. Anyway, Siri's trying to butt in and tell me which movie's the best. Siri can just mind her own business. Cammy wants to know best Kylo Ren voice changer.
Oh boy. I love the one that I have. I know most people don't favor that one.
You're using it's built in the speaker, right?
Yeah, it's like the Acre one, but it's not actually an Acre.
It has 8 voices.
Yeah,
You can find it on Amazon. It's like a costume voice
'Cause
changer
I don't think
speaker
it's
headset
ideal
combo.
for if you have like a lower male voice. I don't think it works as
Right.
well, but for me, for changing a higher female voice, it worked great for me.
Yeah, it really sounds
So
good.
I favor that. But a lot
There's
of people prefer like the Bellman soundboard and things like that. That
yeah.
did not work for me. So
The Velman's pretty good if you already have a voice that's fairly close
yeah, but
and you have some
I would have
soldering
to do some
skills.
serious voice acting if I was to use that. And that yeah.
Run around talking like this all
Exactly.
day. So anyway, hey, thanks everybody for tuning in. Thanks to Justin and Sarah for being here. You know, the other live stream. I told you I would do another live stream. So, and there probably will be more after this too. I no guarantees on when. And yes, I am still working on editing the last troop that I was a part of at the museum like a month and a half ago. It's just so much footage and it's so good. And I don't want to put out a 50-minute episode, but maybe I'll just have to. Anyway, so thanks for watching. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, share, hang out, comment, stuff like that in the videos. And yeah, we'll be back again soon. From time to time. And yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see y'all again soon on the next video. Cheers.